Hello, amazing people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Happy New Year to you all. Wishing you all a prosperous and a fulfilled 2026. It's good to be here back again, and I appreciate you guys as always. Thank you for the journey so far, and we keep moving forward. So today, guys, I want to show you how to make this very beautiful and stylish butterfly bubu with a one-sided cold shoulder effect. Okay, yes, I'm using this crepe fabric. This is a thicker crepe, and of course with my ashoke to for the design as well. So to get this, I just work with the full length. Okay, so the full length I'm working with is 57, so you have to measure 57 twice. Okay, because for both the front and the back, and don't also forget to add the hemming allowance, at the top and also at the bottom. All right, yes, so now I've already have my fabric folded. You can see have it folded already into 4 to be able to cut out for my front and my back piece. You can see this. So now I'm going to indicate what my neck measurement. So I'll be using a neck width of 3. All right, so I'll mark that first, but I'll go ahead and get my slope. I'll go to the very end there, and I'll come down by 1.5 inch there. That I'll go ahead and connect my slope. That's going to be my slope. You can see. All right, so remember it's a neck width of 3. Then I'll also be using a neck depth of 3 as well, and so this is going to be for the back. Neck width of 3, neck depth of 3 for the back. Why for the front is a neck width of 3 still, and of course a neck depth of 7. Okay, yeah, neck depth of 7. So I'm going to go ahead and make like a slanted V shape there, and that's it for the front neckline and the back neckline. So I'm going ahead first to cut out for the back. Then after that, I'll proceed to cutting out the slope, the shoulder slope all the way. Okay, so it is after this process now, then I'll bring in my ashoke. Okay, yes, so this is still for the back here, for the back neckline. So I'll bring in my ashoke. So I'll use it to trace out the back neckline as well. So it's just one piece of the ashoke, because this is just going to be on one side of the neckline. So just make sure that you measure out what is enough for the full length of your outfit. You can see I placed mine and cut off the excesses. Then I'll go ahead and align. You can see the one I'm aligning my ashoke, making sure that the unfold part, the centered unfold part, is also aligning with the straight line of the ashoke. You can see, just make sure that you have this properly aligned. After that, then you can go ahead and trace out the neckline. You can see, just like you see me doing, and you can see that this one is for the back. Okay, so once we're done with this, then I'll go ahead now and take this off, set it aside. Then I'm going to repeat the same thing for the front as well, but first we have to take off the back piece there. Okay, arrange our fabric properly, then we'll go ahead and cut out for the front neckline. Okay, you can see. So once you cut out the front neckline like so, then you also bring back the same ashoke. Make sure that it's the full length of your gown as it is folded like so. Then once you achieve that, then you go ahead and place it under it. It's always good you give some excesses. Okay, yes, it's always good you give about 1 inches excess, just in case. All right, so once I'm done, you can see I'm going ahead to trace out the neckline as well, just like we did for the back. Easy peasy, and that's it, guys. We have achieved that. Now we'll proceed to top stitching this on the front. So this is the front part of our outfit. So spreading it out, just align it. Now this is the point where you choose where you want your ashoke to be, whether you want it to be on the right hand side or on the left hand side. So remember that wherever your ashoke is, that's where the cold shoulder effect is going to be. So it totally depends on what you want. You might want to place this, hold it down with a pin a bit, and place it on the mannequin or on yourself, just to be sure that you have it where you want it to be. So once you're done, just align your ashoke. Make sure that it is well straightened up all the way from top to the end. Very important, you pin it down properly before top stitching. Okay, so it's just an easy process. Just go ahead and top stitch on both sides straight down. Okay, yes, that's exactly what you're going to do. Then after that, you also important to note that you demonstrate by pinning it down both the front and the back, just to make sure that where the ashoke is sitting at the front is also what the same thing with where it is at the back. I hope you understand. So it's very important to also check that out before going around to stop stitch. Okay, yes, so that's what I'm going to do. So once I'm done, then of course I'll use a facing to turn the neckline, then I'll join the shoulders. After joining the shoulders, then I'll also go ahead and hem the sides. Very important to hem the side, because you know it's a butterfly bubu. So go ahead and hem the side. So I'll go finish this up, then I'll come back to show you the next step. And so at this point, you can see I've already placed my ashoke. I've top stitched it all the way. You can see I've done that, and of course I've also turn the neckline with the facing like so, you can see. And of course I've joined the shoulders as well, giving this a very good press. And yes, I've gone ahead to hem the side. It's a long hem all the way from the very top to the end on both sides. You can see this. And of course I went ahead to also hem the lower part as well. All right, so this is what we have. You can see we are like getting there. So what we're going to do now is to bring our fabric together. So you're just going to align our fabric properly to make sure that everything is sitting pretty. You can see I'm making sure that I'm pinning it from the bottom, just to make sure that I have everything in place. You can see, right? So I want to start measuring from the very top, my shoulder. You can see this now. So now we want to create the cold shoulder effect, right? Yes, so now that we have this, so what I'm going to do now is to get the center. So the center is where our ashoke is sitting. Okay, you can see we just have to indicate the center of our dress. So the ashoke is making it very visible for our center. So I'm going to go ahead now and indicate that point. So from the point of our center there, I will indicate my shoulder width. You can see from that point there. So I'm get my shoulder width. So my shoulder width is 16, and 16 divided by 2 is 8. Right, is 8, but I'm going to do 7.5, because by the time I'm done hemming, it's still going to go back to 8 inches. Okay, yes, so from that very center there, you can see I'm indicating the 7.5 all the way. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a straight line. So this line is just to be a guidance for us on that shoulder. So that's showing us now that's where our shoulder is going to stop, from at that shoulder point. I hope you can see. All right, so from that point now we'll create our cold shoulder effect. So from that point now, I'm going to come down by 5 inches. You can do more, you can do less, but I'll prefer you work with a smaller number. You can fit it in on the mannequin on yourself to be sure that it's not so as much as wide as you want it to be. Okay, if you feel that it is small, then you can still cut off some excesses. So from that same point, I'll move away by 2 inches. I hope you understand. So I came down by 5 inches from the top, and I moved away by 2 inches. Okay, you can see this. So you can see I'm making a slanted line. So all I need to do now is to cut out what I just drafted. From that shoulder point, I came down by 5, and I moved away by 2 inches. Okay, like I said, yours can be 5, yours can be even 6, depending on how wide you want your cold shoulder to be. Okay, and this is what we have. You can see, so this was moderate for me. Okay, considering that we are still going to hem it, right? So you can see what we have here now. So all you need to do now is to go ahead and use a facing to turn it all in, or you can use a bias. Okay, so I used a bias tape for mine. Just use a bias to clean up all those edges, and of course give it a very good press. All right, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll do that, then I'll come back for the next step. And of course, after using my bias, this is what we have. You can see, so we have already created our cold shoulder effect there. So the final thing now is go ahead and create our butterfly effect. So still having my fabric well pinned down the way it is. So we'll go ahead and measure. So from the very top, we're going to start indicating the sleeve opening. So where do you want your arm to pass through? So I'm coming down 11 inches. Yours might be lesser or even more, but 11 inches is moderate for me. So from the shoulder, you can see I'm indicating 11 inches down. You can see, and of course you also do the same thing on the other side. And of course, I hope you can see that this is happening on the front side of our fabric, okay, because we're going to be sewing on this side, right, to be able to create our butterfly effect. So 11 inches from the shoulder, that's for my sleeve opening. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead now and now indicate what my body circumference. So I'm going to be working with the biggest body circumference for me, and that is the hip. And so I'm starting from the center points now, indicate what my hip circumference divided by 4, and I'm working with 44 divided by 4, and that is what 11 inches. Okay, so because it's a bubu, is a very free one, I added extra 4 inches to that, and that made it what 15. All right, so from that center now, I'm going to move away by 15 inches. I'll mark that down, and I'll also do the same thing on the other side. From the same center point there, I'll also mark 15 inches on the other side. I hope you can see. So this process is what I'll keep doing till I get to the very end of my dress. Just keep moving your fabric upward. From the center, you mark 15 inches to one side, and from the same center you mark 15 inches to the other side. So you can actually do this if you don't want it to be a free one, right? So in this case, maybe you might be imputing separately the bust, that of the waist and the hip separately. Okay, so it totally depends on what you want, but this is what a free butterfly bubu, and that's why we are adding that much of an allowance there. I hope you understand. All right, so all I need to do now is to just go ahead and create my markings all the way to the very end. You can see the way I'm doing it. Just make sure that you trace that line to the very end of your fabric. Now when you are going to sew, because this line we are drafting now is where we are going to sew, you're going to just follow that line. Okay, so when you're sewing, you're not going to sew to the very end. Of course, because it's a free one, you can choose to sew to the very end, but I want to also have a slit. Okay, so I'll have a slit of 10 inches away from the end. Okay, yes, so when I'm sewing, I will stop 10 inches away from my hemline, and that's it, guys. It's that simple. Once you're done, you can see you start from where that sleeve opening is, so that's where the arm is going to pass through. And guys, this outfit is ready. It's as easy as that. If you find it in any way confusing, kindly go over it again. I'm sure you'll get it right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today, and I hope you find this one helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And please don't forget to join my DTF printing online class that is already ongoing. So I'll see you on the next tutorial. Bye.